Have you ever felt stuck when trying to make a choice, even when it should be easy? The average person makes about 35,000 decisions every day. That number might sound huge, but we're always making choices, big and small, from the moment we wake up. We decide when to get out of bed, what to wear, what to eat, and how to spend our time. We choose who to talk to, how to get to school or work, and what we'll do next. All these little decisions add up, and it's no surprise that when it's time to make a bigger choice, we can feel overwhelmed. This feeling of being stuck or unable to decide is called decision paralysis. Decision paralysis happens when we have too many options or we're afraid of making the wrong choice, so we end up not making any decision at all. This can make us feel stressed, anxious, and unsure of ourselves. In this video, we'll explain how to recognize decision paralysis, why it happens, and how to overcome it so you can become a more confident decision maker. What is decision paralysis? Decision paralysis, sometimes called analysis paralysis, is when you can't make a decision because you're overwhelmed by too many options or scared of making the wrong choice. You spend so much time thinking about what to do that you don't take any action. This can happen with small decisions like choosing where to eat, or with big decisions like choosing a career or buying a house. For example, let's say you're trying to decide where to eat with your friends. It's a simple choice, but you might start thinking about all the options. What do you feel like eating? Will the restaurant be too busy? Will your friends like it? You can easily end up going back and forth between choices, or you might ask someone else to choose for you. This is an example of decision paralysis. Signs of decision paralysis. How can you tell if you're dealing with decision paralysis? Here are some signs. You take a long time to make a decision. If you find yourself spending way too much time thinking about a choice, that's a sign of decision paralysis. You feel stressed or anxious about choosing. If the idea of making a decision makes you feel worried or stressed, it might be decision paralysis. You avoid making the decision. You might ask someone else to decide for you, or you just avoid making the choice altogether. You can't sleep because of the decision. Sometimes, you might lose sleep because you're thinking too much about what to do. These signs show that decision paralysis can make even simple choices feel really hard, and it can affect your confidence in making decisions. Why do we get stuck? Why do we experience decision paralysis? One big reason is something called loss aversion, which means we're more afraid of losing something than we are excited about gaining something. When making a choice, we usually think about the pros, good things, and cons, bad things. But scientists have found that our brains give more weight to the bad things than the good things. The bad things make us feel more scared, even if they're not likely to happen. This makes us hesitate and worry about what could go wrong. Meanwhile, the good things don't seem as exciting until we actually experience them. For example, imagine you're deciding whether to accept a new job offer. You might focus more on what could go wrong, like failing or not enjoying the job, even though the new job could offer better pay or more opportunities. This fear of the unknown can make you delay your decision because you're more worried about the bad things than excited about the good things. Decision fatigue. Another reason we get stuck is decision fatigue. This happens when we've made too many decisions in a short amount of time and our brain gets tired. When our brain is tired, it becomes harder to make good decisions. A study from 2011 followed judges who were making decisions about whether prisoners should be released or not. In the morning, the judges were more likely to release the prisoners. But by the afternoon, after making lots of decisions, they were less likely to let the prisoners go. This is because they were tired of making decisions. This is what happens when we get cognitive exhaustion. Our brains just don't work as well when we're tired from making too many choices. This shows us that our brains work better earlier in the day, especially when it comes to making big decisions. If we wait too long or make too many decisions in a row, we might struggle more to choose wisely. Too many choices. Another reason decision paralysis happens is when we have too many choices. The more options we have, the harder it becomes to decide. Imagine walking into an ice cream shop with 50 flavors and 15 toppings. At first, it sounds fun to have so many options, but after looking at all the choices, it might feel overwhelming. You could spend a lot more time deciding what to get than if the shop only had a few flavors. That's why some people like Steve Jobs, who was the CEO of Apple, made their lives simpler by reducing their choices. Jobs wore the same outfit, black turtlenecks and jeans, every day. This way, he didn't have to waste time deciding what to wear, and he could save his brain power for bigger decisions. How to overcome decision paralysis. Now that we know what causes decision paralysis, let's talk about how to stop it and become a more confident decision maker. Number 1, be confident in your choices. Confidence is important when making decisions. When you feel confident, you make quicker decisions and don't waste time overthinking. Even if your decision isn't perfect, confidence helps you adapt and deal with any problems that come up. Being confident makes it easier to handle mistakes and move forward. Number 2, manage your stress. When we're stressed or anxious, it's harder to make decisions. Learning how to manage your stress can help you think more clearly. Try spending time in nature, practicing deep breathing, or getting more sleep to help lower your stress levels. When you're calmer, it's easier to make decisions. Number 3, simplify your choices. If you have too many decisions to make in a day, try to simplify your choices. For example, plan your meals or outfits ahead of time so you don't waste time deciding every day. Also, try making big decisions in the morning when your brain is fresher and more alert. Number 4, trust your gut. Sometimes your first instinct is the best choice. If you find yourself stuck and can't decide, listen to your gut feeling. Often, your gut instinct will lead you in the right direction, especially if you're overthinking too much. Decision paralysis can make even simple choices feel hard, but it doesn't have to stop you. By learning to trust yourself, manage your stress, and simplify your choices, you can become a more confident decision maker. What's one decision you've been putting off? Try using these tips to help you decide. Let us know in the comments and feel free to share any advice that has helped you make better decisions. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.